Most retirement plans look great on paper until real life shows up. They're neat, they're clean, and they have perfect projections. Everything works beautifully until the market drops 20% in the first year of retirement, or inflation eats away at your purchasing power, or unfortunately a $300,000 long-term care bill arrives uninvited. My name is Chris McClure, and after 3 decades of helping successful families navigate retirement, I've learned that having a plan and having a plan that actually works are 2 very different things. The families who retire with confidence aren't the ones with perfect spreadsheets. They're the ones whose plans have been tested. They've been tested under pressure before they needed them to hold up. And let me show you what that actually looks like. A few months ago, Mark and Jennifer came in, and they'd both just retired after a successful career. Their previous advisor had walked them through what looked like a solid plan. $11,000 a month in income, a conservative 4% withdrawal rate, and projections showing their money lasts well into their 90s. On paper, everything looked perfect. But we decided to run a full stress test to see what would happen if retirement didn't follow the script. The results were really eye-opening. When we modeled a major market drop in their first 2 years of retirement, maybe something like 2000 or 2008, their success rate fell by over 40%. When we adjusted inflation up by just 1 or 2%, the plan quietly unraveled in their 80s. And when we layered in a long-term care need later in life, the extra cash cushion they were counting on, it disappeared in less than 2 years. Now, none of this was because Mark and Jennifer had done anything wrong. They were thoughtful, responsible, and had built a really good, solid foundation. But their plan was built for perfect conditions. And retirement rarely delivers perfect conditions. And here's what I've learned over the last 30 years. If your plan only works when everything's going perfectly, that's not really a plan. That's a hope. So we actually rebuilt theirs. We restructured their withdrawals to protect against early market losses. We created deliberate sequencing, not just random withdrawals. And we added a cash buffer that could cover 2 full years of expenses, giving them some breathing room in a downturn. We also looked at some Roth conversions early in retirement to bring down their future tax, and it created more flexibility later. And instead of relying on, say, general life expectancy tables, we actually talked about their longevity. We talked about their family health history, and that made the plan even better. The difference was really night and day. Before, they were second guessing. They were second guessing every market headline, and they were worried, unfortunately, about every spending decision. But after we rebuilt the plan, they stopped asking, will this hold up? Are we going to be okay? And they started asking, where should we travel next year? Where should we take our cruise? And see, that's the shift. That's the shift that we're after. Not just peace of mind, but it's actually permission to enjoy what you've actually built. And see, most retirement plans, they get stress tested eventually, but usually it's at the worst possible moment. Market crashes don't wait for convenient timing. Of course, health issues don't check your balance sheet first, and inflation doesn't ask permission. But you really don't have to wait for those moments to find the weak spots. You can actually test your plan now. You can test it while there's still time to fix it. So think about your own situation. What would happen if the market dropped 30% in year 1? Or if inflation averaged 4% for a decade? Or if you had a long-term care event that could cost $8,000 a month? If any of those issues, if any of those ideas make you pause, that's good, because that pause is actually the beginning of better planning. Because what I've noticed is the families that actually sleep well in retirement aren't the ones who hope nothing goes wrong. They're the ones who've already planned for when it does. If you want help testing your plan the right way, please use the link below to schedule a call. You're going to get personalized insight based on your goals, your timeline, and your numbers. I actually love making these videos, and I'd be happy to chat with you, or you can just watch the next one. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks a lot.